Good evening, Falcon fans, and welcome to Cochran Soccer Stadium here on the campus of Bowling Green State University as your Falcons look to keep this 6-game win streak alive as they will take on the Miami Redhawks in just a few moments here. I'm Zach Smith, and I will be your matchup keeper for the evening on a rather busy and chilly night here in Northwest Ohio. Let's go ahead and quickly give you the lineups tonight. For the Miami Redhawks, back in goal is number 1, Izzy Vicari. Playing midfielder, number 6, Emily Sexton. At defender, number 10, Kennedy Gray. Also playing midfield is Soph Spinell, wearing number 17. And number 18, Olivia Winnett, is also playing midfielder, joined by Jordan King, wearing number 21. Playing defense, number 22, Reagan Fleck. Also playing defense, number 23, Bronwyn Sears. And midfielder number 25, Christina DeMarco, with another midfielder number 26, Kiara Kerr, and finally defender number 27, Riley Balconi. The Redhawks are coached by Courtney Sermons in her second year, as she is assisted by Jordan Darling and Kim McGowan. For your Bowling Green Falcons, back in goal is number 33, Kathleen Duvey. Number 5, the midfielder Nikita Jacob, will also be in the lineup tonight, joined by number 7, Chelsea Washington. Playing forward, number 9, Nikki Cox. Forward, number 12, Sarah Allen. Midfielder, number 19, Sophia Barnes, is joined by number 20, Mackenzie Ruber. And defenders, number 21, Audrey Shea. Number 24, Lena Kovar. Maureen Kennedy, number 26. And midfielder, number 28, Hannah Dolphus, as the Redhawks are going to go ahead and get the game started, as it's going to be sent over into the Bowling Green side of the stadium. The Redhawks are in their red jerseys with white sleeves and red pants, with the goalkeeper back there in purple. That's Izzy Vicari. She's also got white sleeves. The Falcons are in their light pink jerseys with white pants, with Kathleen Duvey back there wearing a black jersey with a white stripe going across the top in the back of the goal. The Falcons are starting on the left side of the field with the Redhawks on the right. The ball is controlled by the Falcons as they will kick it forward, trying to set it up to the midfield stripe, but the Redhawks are trying to stay on there offensively. It is Redhawk ball, playing a little bit of pass as they are trying to feel the Falcons out. As mentioned, the Falcons are on a 6-game win streak as the ball is sent back to Izzy Vicari, who will just send it back up to the Redhawks. Down there on the challenge for the Falcons is number 9, Nikki Cox. And the ball will go out of bounds. Throw in for the Falcons. Waiting the throw in. That throw in is to number 9, Nikki Cox. Sent to Lena Kovar. And back to the defense, as the Falcons really like to keep everybody involved. And the Redhawks are driving down the left side of the field. But a whistle is blown as Chelsea Washington got in there. And it's going to be a free kick for the Falcons. Back there to take the free kick for the Falcons, number 26, Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy has scored the game-winning goal in the past 2 games against Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan, with that Central Michigan goal coming in double overtime as that ball sent out of bounds for a throw-in by PG. Back there to take it is Mackenzie Ruber on the right side. Thrown into Cox, and they will rule corner kick, Bowling Green. The ball was kicked out right in front of Nikki Cox over there to the right of the goal. And back there to take the kick is Maureen Kennedy. Large clump over there by the goal, with the only person on the Bowling Green side of the field being Kathleen Duvey, with one defender right at the midfield circle. Kennedy's kick is a line drive towards the far end of the box, and with multiple headers, Miami is just looking to get the ball out of the box. Nikki Cox sends a kick, blocked by the Miami Redhawks. Another kick sent. Good defense by the Redhawks as it's sent out of the box over to the side, where they're waiting for it is Maureen Kennedy, who sends it back into the box and headed out by the Miami Redhawks. So great defensive stand there by the Redhawks, not allowing that ball to get into the goal. and taking some pressure off of Izzy Vicari. Ball sent down the right side of the field. Chased over there was Olivia Winnett trying to track it down, so it's going to be a throw in Miami. The Falcons coming into this game are in first place in the MAC, as the throw-in is just going to be sent out for a goal kick by Kathleen Duvey. The Falcons are currently undefeated in the Mid-American Conference. They are sitting at 6-0 in conference play, as well as being 5-0 here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. So this is a very tough team to beat here at home. They are in first place in the MAC with 12 points, but Ball State sitting right behind them. I'm sorry, the Falcons have 18 points, not 12. I was looking at Central Michigan. That kick is sent up to Cox. Cox chasing it up the sideline, and it's going to be throw-in for the Miami Redhawks, as throwing it in is Kennedy Gray, but won by the Falcons, as the Falcons are looking for somebody to pass to. Washington sends it to the center of the field. A little bit of a push, but a no call by the head referee tonight, Michael Alley, excuse me. Sent up for Cox, but the Redhawks just send it back onto the Bowling Green side of the field, as Olivia Winnett's going to go ahead and take that. Sent to the Bowling Green defender, just sends it right up there for Sarah Allen, who will send it onto the Miami Redhawks side of the field for the Bowling Green defense to reset. Driving down are the Redhawks, number 26. That's Kiara Kerr sends it up to the top, but there is Duvey, who is just going to hold it and send it to her defender on the far side of the field. And it will be sent up to Izzy Vicari, so both goalkeepers getting a little bit of early action. Kennedy Gray with Cox draped all over her. Number 27 back there, Riley Balconi, looking for somebody to pass to, sends it to the far side for Kennedy Gray. But good contest there by the Falcons. Whistle's going to be blown as the ball was kicked by Nikita Jacob into the head of Kennedy Gray. And free kick for the Redhawks. To take it looks to be Reagan Fleck. Excuse me, that's Riley Balconi. No, that was Jordan King. Kick was sent in perfect positioning, but also there was the Falcons, as the Redhawks look to push the pace a little bit.
Nice, Jordan.
Kicked over there to the far side in the direction of Olivia Winnett, but Falcon throw-in will be sent back to the goalie box. It's currently 51 degrees here in Bowling Green, and with the sun going down and with the wind going across right to left on your screen, we'll see how slick this grass becomes and if that becomes a factor in tonight's game. Ball sent over to the side to Audrey Shea. Kicked back to Kathleen Duvey, the goalkeeper of the Falcons. Kathleen Duvey to Nikita Jacob. Sends it far. That's to Kennedy. Kennedy sends it up to a wide open Falcon on the far side of the field. But a whistle's going to get blown for a free kick for the Falcons. The wall is getting built in front of the goal on the Miami Redhawks side of the field, as most players will be standing there in an effort to defend a possible goal. Can't see who is taking the kick, but the kick is sent right into the clump. Sarah Allen's got the ball with two Redhawks directly next to her. That is Maureen Kennedy on the far side. And it's going to be a BG throw-in, Maureen Kennedy to throw it in. Maureen Kennedy is not going to throw it in. She's going to give it to another Falcon. Ball sent to another Falcon, going up the sideline and just sent right back by the Miami Redhawks. The Falcons wanted the call for out of bounds, but play till the whistle. And it's going to go out of bounds with no indication. It is Bowling Green throw-in, Ruber to throw in. Ruber throws into Nikki Cox. And the ball will get back to number 5, Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob is a defensive specialist, but knows how to score goals too, so that can be a very useful tool for the Falcons. Nikki Cox between the legs to Chelsea Washington, wide to the right. That was a nice pass in between the legs of the Red Hawk defender from Nikki Cox to number 7, Chelsea Washington. Both players having really great years, but just wide to the right. So goal kick for Izzy Vicari, the goalkeeper of the Miami Redhawks. Vicari looking for somebody to pass to with 35-28 and counting left in the first period of play here. Won by the Falcons. Nikita Jacob sends it up to number 12, Sarah Allen. Sarah Allen along the right side. Nice little deception move to get rid of her defender, Kennedy Gray, but Kennedy Gray stays right on her. Sent right up, but deflected off of a Red Hawk player, Ruber to Jacob. Nikita Jacob sends it back to Ruber. Ruber sends it across the field to Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox to number 28, Hannah Dolphus, and the kick is out of bounds. Corner kick, Bowling Green. Over there to take the corner kick is Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy has had some big kicks. Again, as I mentioned, she kicked the game winner against Central Michigan in the second overtime and scored the tying goal herself against Eastern Michigan with under a minute left in regulation. That kick is sent right to the center of the box, but just up and over the net. The ball was kicked by Lena Kovar. Had field goal distance, but unfortunately not into the net. It is now a goal kick for Izzy Vicari. Vicari up to around the center circle, won by the Falcons and Nikita Jacob. And the ball is going to be sent up the side of the field, won by the Falcons. Along the left side, sent to the middle for Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington's getting some contest out of Red Hawk player Emily Sexton, as the Red Hawks look to put a little bit of pressure on Kathleen Duvey and the Falcons' defense. Kennedy along the side, sends it right back up top in the direction of Nikita Jacob. It is a 3-on-5 over there on the left side. Red Hawks driving, kick just outside of the goal. Duvey made a diving look, but doesn't look like she touched it, and it's going to go out of bounds wide to the left of the goal from the press box perspective. Goal kick for the Falcons. The Red Hawks come into this game not where they want to be. The Red Hawks are entering this game at 3-9-1 overall, but stand at 2-3-1 in the conference, putting them at 9th in the MAC with 7 points after tying Northern Illinois on Sunday. Goal kick is sent to the Falcons right through the legs of Nikki Cox. And Red Hawk ball in the direction of number 25, Christine DeMarco. But Chelsea Washington back there to play. Chelsea Washington wanted a whistle for a bit of a push, but no call. Kennedy Gray to throw in. Kennedy Gray, and it goes back to Chelsea Washington. So Chelsea Washington ended up with the ball after all. Ball back there now with Kathleen Duvey, the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper Kathleen Duvey sends it to the left side for Maureen Kennedy to Nikita Jacob to Audrey Shea, so around the horn a little bit. Audrey Shea up to Ruber. Ruber along the right side with one Red Hawk there. Ball sent up to number 12, Sarah Allen. Will she get there in time? And the Red Hawks will just let it get sent out of bounds for a goal kick for the Red Hawks. Back there to kick is Izzy Vicari. Macari looking for somebody to send it to. Sends it just about to the midfield stripe where the header is off of number 21, Jordan King. And with multiple headers, it is won by the Red Hawks and sent onto the Bowling Green side of the field as Duvey backpedals to protect the goal. Nikita Jacob, nice little fake out move, is going to run up the side. Passes it to number 12, Sarah Allen, back to Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob over to the left side to number 24, Lena Kovar, but won by the Red Hawks to go back down to the Bowling Green side of the field. 2 Falcons over there on the contest, and it's going to be out of bounds off of the Falcons. It will be Red Hawk throw-in. Sends it over. Was sent to Kiara Kerr. Sends it back to the Red Hawk, Bronwyn Sears. Defense by the Falcons is really paying off as there's been a couple good attempts by the Red Hawks as the Red Hawks are putting some pressure on the ball on that side of the field. Nikita Jacobs got the ball. She sends it back for Duvey, who's just going to hold it for a minute. No Red Hawk really pressuring the ball. Ball sent up to Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob to the far side for Maureen Kennedy. Back to Jacob. And sent up in the direction of Ruber, but cut off by Gray. But the ball will end up back with number 28, Hannah Dolphus. Sends it to Chelsea Washington, back to Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy sends it across the field in the direction of number 17, or excuse me, that's Sarah Allen. Ball up the sideline to Ruber, just out of her reach. It's going to be a throw-in for the Red Hawks. To take it is Kennedy Gray, number 10. Ruber with the contest, and yet another throw-in for Gray. Gray throws it in, again a contest. And good speed by the Red Hawks, but not enough for the Falcons' defense. Number 24, Lena Kovar, has the ball sent up to the Red Hawks, kicked forward by Reagan Fleck up the right side. Red Hawks going down the right side of the field. Nikita Jacob on the contest, and she's going to steal it from number 23, Bronwyn Sears. Sends it up to, looks to be Nikki Cox. Chelsea Washington over on the contest, but the ball is sent to Ruber. Sent right back up front. Nikita Jacobs. Falcons looking for a little bit of offensive momentum. Chelsea Washington with the contest. Emily Sexton over there on that contest. Nikki Cox has the ball. She is now in the goal box. Nikki Cox looking for some room. Cox dribbling, keeps it in bounds. Little bit of a slide tackle, whistle. And they're going to rule Miami Red Hawk ball. Nikki Cox had an opportunity along the sideline right next to the goal, but good contest there by Gray and the rest of the Falcon volleyball is currently playing in the Stroh Center to the right of Cochran, and right behind Cochran Stadium and the press box, hockey is going on. Falcon hockey starting their season off against Western Michigan. Ball sent to the midfield stripe. Olivia Winnett has the ball. Looking for a pass to the far side. Number 6, Emily Sexton in the box, unguarded, and open kick just missed. Nikita Jacobs to Cox, and won by the Red Hawks, but sent up by Barnes and out of bounds off of Nikki Cox. Throw in for the Red Hawks. Just sent up and over by Kennedy. Contest there by number 28, Hannah Dolphus. Dolphus up to Cox. Cox, goal is no good. goes through the left of the goal. Izzy Vakari makes a great catch, lunging to make the play, as it looked like it was going to be wide left regardless, but you still love to see that energy and enthusiasm out of your goalkeeper, as Vakari has been tested tonight. That pooch sends over onto the left side. Ruber sends it back to number 21, Audrey Shea. Back to Duvey, the goalkeeper. Duvey looking for somebody to pass to, but she is in no rush with 25:42 and counting left on the clock. Sends it to the side for Kennedy. Kennedy back to the center for Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob to Audrey Shea. Sends it up field to Ruber. Ruber looking for Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington's got Emily Sexton draped all over her. A lot of man coverage type defense out here by the Redhawks. Whistle. So free kick for the Redhawks, maybe. No, it looks to be a free kick for the Falcons as the Redhawks are backing up towards the goal. Chelsea Washington sends it across the field in the direction of Nikki Cox, but sent up and out of the box. It's going to go out of bounds just before of midfield for a Bowling Green throw-in and a substitution. Number 8, Katie Cox, is going to go ahead and check in, and Miller is going to also check in. Checking out. I did not see the numbers for who is checking out, but I will get that back to you. Ruber gets the ball taken from her, but contest over there by Maureen Kennedy, won by Jacob. Nikita Jacob sends it back to Audrey Shea. Audrey Shea to Maureen Kennedy over to the far side for the Falcons. This would be number 17, Lauren Milner. Back there, Duvey's just holding on to the ball, sends it to Kennedy on the right side. Sends it up top, won by number 21, Jordan King, but the Falcons will retain Sarah Allen. A lot of pushing and shoving over there. A lot of aggressiveness out of number 22, Reagan Fleck. Nikita Jacobs got the ball in the center of the field, and the ball's sent up to Allen. Lots of pushing and shoving. Gray and Allen. Allen to Jacobs. Jacob back center to number 27, Alexis Miller. Miller up to Ruber. Ruber to Allen. Allen back to Ruber. Ruber's got the ball, nobody in front of her. Ruber back to Allen. Allen wasn't ready for the pass. Allen keeps it in. Cox has the ball right in the goal. Ruber up there. Ruber blocked and just sent up. Kennedy on the right side, no contest. Kennedy sends it. Little curve and saved by Izzy Vakari. This Redhawks defense is trying to keep this Falcons team off the scoreboard and so far are doing well. One shot on goal recorded. Ball won by the Falcons, just sent to midfield for Kennedy. Kennedy on to the left side to number 21, Audrey Shea. Audrey Shea to the far side to the Falcon player who seemed to be pushed down. Falcons wanted a call, but no call given. Too strong by the Redhawks as it is stolen by the Falcons. Falcons up the left side. Allen over there not allowing Gray to get anything as there's a Falcon slow to get up. Seemed to be a whistle blow. That was Chelsea Washington going down. Chelsea Washington, so that could be something important. She is moving up some numerous lists here at Bowling Green. She's scored the tying goal in regulation of Central Michigan and recorded the winning goal 3 days later at Eastern Michigan. So she's moving up some lists here in Bowling Green. Sends up the left side for the Falcons. Sent to midfield for Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob back to the far side. Contested by the Red Hawks. Nifty little move to shake her defender. Sends it forward as it was almost as if she was pushed. As mentioned, Red Hawks are a little chippy. That could potentially be where they're standing in rankings, as well as their overall standings could show their aggressiveness to get a win here and put the first loss on the board for the Falcons in conference play, as well as here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. 20:54 left. Zach Smith on the call here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. A little bit of a push on the far side, no whistle blown. Sent to Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob back to midfield. As you hear a lot of yelling from the home crowd, as there is a very equal amount of Red Hawk fan as well as Falcon fans here at Cochran Soccer Stadium, here on a cold Friday night. Sent to the far side. No whistles are being blown tonight for either team, as there's a lot of pushing. Gray pushing down the left side of the field. Jacobs is right there with her, but Gray sends it forward to number 26, Kiara Kerr, but won by the Falcon defense and picked up by Duvey. Duvey sends it over to the right side for Kennedy. Kennedy sends it up the side for Sarah Allen, keeps it in bounds. Sarah Allen is going to be slide tackled and sent out of bounds by number 27, Riley Balconi. No whistle blown on that either, as that was all ball. Ruber throws it into Kennedy. Kennedy's got it wide open, no contest. Kennedy sends it. Nikki Cox is over there. Excuse me, that is number 8, Katie Cox. Chelsea Washington has it in the box, sent, and just wide right. As it looked, it was blocked. Number 27, Alexis Miller with the shot, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Falcons. Back there to take it is number 26, Maureen Kennedy. Bowling Green corner kicks have done quite well tonight, actually, putting some pressure on the Miami Redhawks defense. Kennedy back there in the right corner, sends it towards the center, little strong. Chelsea Washington's header is no good and just sent out by the Redhawks. Kennedy to the center, back to Kennedy. Kennedy sent up and in the middle in the direction of Nikki Cox, yes. 8, that is Katie Cox. Nikki Cox is going to send it and blocked yet again by number 22, Reagan Fleck. And it's going to be another corner kick for the Falcons. Substitution for the Falcons. Coming in is going to be Yasmin Dieselhoff for number 20, Mackenzie Ruber. And number 4, Kennedy White's going to go ahead and check in for number 12, Sarah Allen. Another corner kick for the Falcons. Kick is sent. Little strong. Really close. Many knees. And it's going to go out of bounds for yet another corner kick. Falcons. Kennedy's back there now to take it. Instead of being on the bottom right side of your screen, she's going to go to the far right side of the screen. All Falcons on the right side of the field. Kennedy kicks. Little long, almost in, and saved by Izzy Vakari. Great job there getting in front of the ball. It looked like the ball was a little long, but number 4 for the Falcons, Kennedy White, kept that in play, and just overall great job by Izzy Vakari not allowing that to go over the goal line. Redhawks looking to put a little bit of contest on the Falcons, as the ball has been on the right side of the field almost this entire first half with just under 17 left to play. Chelsea Washington up the center. Chelsea Washington sends it over to the right side. No goalie in the net. Number 4 has the ball, Kennedy White. Kennedy White sends it. Chelsea Washington to the left side, and just a little long. A little too much curve on that one, as it's going to go out of bounds wide to the left of the goal, and Izzy Vakari will have the ball yet again. Back there to take it is Vakari. Vakari waiting for somebody to get open. Sends it just in front of the middle circle. Header won by number 21, Jordan King. Sent up the right side by the Falcons. Number 19, Sophia Barnes has it. Sophia Barnes, ball's poked away. And now the Redhawks will drive up the field. Chelsea Washington on the contest of number 6, Emily Sexton. Sexton gets it away, though, to the right side. Right up the right side for the Redhawks is number 23, Bronwyn Sears. Back to Sears. And it's just going to be sent to Duvey. Duvey just dribbles a little bit. Duvey is going to give it a nice boot over to the left side. Nobody's over there except one Falcon player, but over there now looks to be Gray. Gray's defensive presence has been felt this entire game as Kennedy Gray has been aggressive at the point of attack. It's going to be a throw-in for the Redhawks. Thrown by the Redhawks, sent back into the area of Izzy Vakari. Sent up the side, and the Falcons are just playing all the aggressiveness right now. Number 23, Bronwyn Sears has the ball, whistle blown. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. In the direction of Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox, very poor defense. Going to be kicked out of bounds off of a Miami Redhawk player. Corner kick, Falcons. Heading over to take it yet again is number 26, Maureen Kennedy. There is one Redhawk directly in front of Kennedy. Kennedy sends it towards the center in the direction of Chelsea Washington. No, but Nikki Cox is right there. Nikki Cox just over the goal. Whistle blown, though. Redhawk ball. Good aggressiveness there by Nikki Cox. Just went a little over the goal post, the top of the goal, right above that crossbar, and out of bounds. Izzy Vakari. Sends it this time over the midfield stripe, but header by Chelsea Washington up to Cox. Cox sends it. Slide tackle there by number 27, Riley Balconi, as Kennedy White had the open field. Chelsea Washington's over there on the contest. Chelsea Washington's been all over the place for the Falcons. And another substitution for now both the Redhawks and the Falcons. Coming in for the Falcons is number 23, Lindsay Spots. She's going to come in for Nikki Cox. And number 11, Elle Gill, is going to check in for number 25, Christina DeMarco. Thrown by the Falcons along the right side. Right there was number 23, Lindsay Spots. Kick's going to go out of bounds for a throw-in for the Redhawks. Taking that is Sears. Sears throws it in, excuse me. Won by the Falcons. Looking for somebody to pass to. A lot of pushing and shoving, and a whistle is blown. Looks to be a free kick for the Falcons, as the whistle was blown by official Michael Alley. Other officials on this game, Christian Little, Aaron Wolf, and the alternate official, Daniel Wolf. Free kick for the Falcons. Can't see who is taking it. Fake out. Sent right into the center. Header is won by number 4, Kennedy White. Sends it back up top. Over to the far side. Back to the middle. Sends it back into the center in the direction of Jacob and Washington. Nikita Jacobs has the ball. Again, a lot of pushing and shoving. Number 11 down on the ground over there for the Redhawks. Elle Gill wanted a call, but it's going to go wide and out of bounds. Throw in for the Falcons. 11:20 left here in this first half. Tied at 0. 3 shots on goal by the Falcons, or 3 shots and 5 corner kicks for the Falcons. No shots and no corner kicks for the Redhawks. So all the aggressiveness has been by the Falcons. Kick is over to number 4, Kennedy White. Kennedy White looking, sends it, and that's an easy scoop for Izzy Vicari. Izzy Vicari just looking for somebody to throw to. But it's going to be a kick just in front of the center goal. Won by Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob right up the left side. Kennedy White is the nearest Falcon there. It's going to be sent up and kept alive by the Redhawks. Just out of reach of Nikita Jacob as she thought it was going out of bounds, but it did not. Nikita Jacob over there on the contest against number 21, Jordan King of the Redhawks. Jordan King sends it up and down the field as the Redhawks look to take a little of this aggressiveness away, but it's going to be a throw-in for the Redhawks. Ten minutes remain in this first half. Zach Smith on the call here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. As the big story has been this Falcon offense, as it has been very aggressive. Kennedy White, a little bit of a stiff arm again, no call by the officials. Nikita Jacob sends it across the field to number 19, Sophia Barnes. Sophia Barnes back to Kathleen Duvey. Kathleen Duvey tells her defender, Audrey Shea, to go to the right side, where she goes and sends it up for Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington to number 19, Sophia Barnes. Sends it up to number 23, Lindsay Spots. Lindsay Spots back, and another whistle will be blown as number 6 for the Redhawks, Emily Sexton, was right on top of a Falcon. It's going to be a free kick for the Bowling Green Falcons. A lot of free kicks, a lot of mistakes here by the Redhawks. This is going to be, there have been 5 fouls called on the Redhawks so far, so that's going to be something that Courtney Sermons wants to look at over the halftime break in about 9 minutes. Kennedy sends it, fake out, and kick just wide to the right. Didn't look like Izzy Vicari got any part of that, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Redhawks. Substitution, trotting out of the game for the Redhawks is number 26, Kiara Kerr. Number 24 for the Redhawks, Abby Casimir, is going to go ahead and check in. Vicari kicks it, sends it to the midway circle. Header won by the Falcons. 23, Lindsay Spots has the ball. Sends it to the middle for number 27, Alexis Miller. And it's going to just get kicked out of bounds. A little too much mustard on that one. We're going to go ahead and get another quick substitution. Nikita Jacob is going to go ahead and trot out of this game. Going to give her a little bit of a break. Number 10 for the Falcons, Ruby Linton, is going to go ahead and check in. The sophomore from London, England. Ball won by the Falcons. Shot. Goal, Falcons! Just over the head of Izzy Vicari. Goes up into the left corner for the Falcons. And that is a goal fresh off the substitution. Just perfectly placed over the defense's head and right over Izzy Vicari, who has made some great kicks tonight. And some great saves. But now the score is going to favor the Falcons. 1-0. Ball's just sent over. That goal was scored by the Falcons. I will let you know when that is announced who scored, because I did not see it. Throw in by the Falcons. Alexis Miller is going to be credited for that goal for the Falcons in the left corner. At the 37-19 mark in the game. Little move there, deception move by the Redhawks, number 24. That's Abby Casimir. down there, putting a little bit of contest on the Falcons' defense, which really hasn't been tested all that much tonight. But now the Falcons are looking to push tempo. Chelsea Washington has the ball. Chelsea Washington up the right side. Sends it directly to a Red Hawk player. That is Kennedy Gray. Contest there by the Falcons. Sophia Barnes kicked between her legs, but ultimately won by the Falcons and Audrey Shea. Audrey Shea over to Kennedy. Kennedy looking for somebody to pass to. Number 11 for the Redhawks, Al Gill, was on the contest. Sent to the far side. Nobody near is Sophia Barnes. Sophia Barnes has one lady to beat. That is Kennedy Gray. Little bit of a push there. Kennedy Gray is playing really, really aggressive defense. That ball is out of bounds, and they're going to rule it. A Red Hawk throw-in back there to take it is Kennedy Gray. It is a free kick, not a throw-in, excuse me. Back there to take the kick is number 21, Jordan King, who's going to get it sent to just before midfield, right off the leg of number 27, Alexis Miller, who scored a goal already in this game. Falcons looking to play some solid defense. And it will just be sent up to midfield. 5:24 left in the game. Well, in the first half, not the game. Whistle's blown. Free kick as Kennedy White was down there on the far side of the field, driving down a little bit, but nothing called. Falcons on the contest, sent to number 23. That's Lindsay Spots. Lindsay Spots to Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington has two defenders on her, has to send it back to number 19, Sophia Barnes. Little bit of a push there by number 11, L. Gill. A lot of pushing and shoving. And that one's going to get whistled. Going to be a free kick for the Falcons as Katie Cox got pushed down into the grass. Which has to be a little slick right now. I've seen maybe two players slip on it. It's now 48 degrees here in Bowling Green, Ohio. Two Falcons are by the ball. That's Maureen Kennedy and number 2, Yasmin Dieselhoff. Most other players are in a clump to the far side of the field, with the only Falcon on their side of the field is Kathleen Duvey. Dieselhoff touches it. Kennedy's just going to go ahead and take a kick, and great save there by Izzy Vakari. That goal had the exact same trajectory that the goal scored by Alexis Miller had, except it was on the other side. But this one, Vakari could reach and just tip over the net for a corner kick, Falcons. Back there to take it is going to be Dieselhoff. Again, most players are in a clump over by that goal. Dieselhoff's kick is sent up and over. That ball caught a Falcon right in the face as there is a Falcon down in the goal. The clock is going to get stopped at 3:18. There's just a player down seething in pain. I can't see the number from here as the training staff is going to go ahead and trot over. Kennedy White and Maureen Kennedy are over there checking on their fallen teammate. As right away, Izzy Vakari motioned over to the Bowling Green bench. That is number 23, Lindsay Spots, who caught that ball. It looked like it just hit her in the face. And that seemed to be where she was holding herself. She's going to go ahead and trot off. Walking under her own power, which is a very good sign to see in sports. You never want to see a player need help off the field, so it's a good sign that she is okay. Trotting in for her is number 25, Mackenzie Ortman. And also trotting out is going to be number 7, Chelsea Washington. Ortman's going to come in for Washington. And Wojcicki is going to go ahead and, or Ryjeski, excuse me, is going to go ahead and check in for the fallen Falcon. Red Hawk ball. Red Hawk ball, player calling for it on the left side. That's number 6, Emily Sexton. Emily Sexton had the ball for a moment. Ball sent to Duvey, who is just going to launch it back towards the center of the field. A little bit of a trip there. Number 25, Mackenzie Ortman, getting playing time. Ruby Linton has the ball taken from her. Header won by Kennedy Gray. And just going to let the ball settle. A little bit of a contest. Ball out of bounds, whistle blown, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. Number 19, Sophia Barnes, is going to go ahead and take it. Sophia Barnes sends it over to White. And it's going to go out of bounds off the shin guard of the Red Hawks. And number 4, Kennedy White, is going to just drop the ball and let Sophia Barnes throw the ball in. Sophia Barnes looking in the direction of White. Doesn't see anything she likes there. Going to send it to the center of the field. Off a player and back to White. 25 sends it over in the direction of Katie Cox, who had a direct shot, but just over kick there by Mackenzie Ortman. Alexis Miller over there on the left side in contest. We are at 1:45 left in the first half, with the Falcons up 1-0 over the visiting Miami Redhawks. As it looks like the Redhawks are content just to try to dribble this out a little bit and just try to go into halftime. As this defense has got to be gassed after the aggressive attack by this Falcon offense. Sent up the right side by the Redhawks in the direction of number 23, Bronwyn Sears. Bronwyn Sears up to the middle to number 18. That's Olivia Winnett. Olivia Winnett out to the side. And header by number 25 of the Falcons, that's Mackenzie Ortman, is going to get this back up to midfield. 1 minute remaining here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. Sent over to the far right side. Looks like a little bit of a push, wide open right there, and nice little tap there, not to allow anything to happen. Duvey's just going to dive on it, try to buy a couple seconds. And Duvey's going to look just to hold it for a few seconds with about 30 seconds left in the first half. Duvey just sends it with 15 seconds left. Redhawks looking, trying to get something on the board. With 8 seconds left, the ball's going to just stay out, go and trot out of bounds. And that's going to be the first half here from Cochran Soccer Stadium. Falcons are up 1-0 with a quick 15-minute intermission. Going to go ahead and head underway. When we come back, we're going to get you a couple updates from other sports going on here in Bowling Green, Ohio, as well as some statistics. We'll be back in approximately 10-ish minutes. So don't go anywhere and keep on listening. We'll be back soon. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cochran Soccer Stadium. I'm Zach Smith. Here on the campus of Bowling Green State University, the Falcons are currently up 1-0 over the Miami Redhawks off of a goal by Alexis Miller with 37:20 into the game. The assist was by Lindsay Spots. A couple quick updates from other Bowling Green scores going on currently, as there is a lot of sports happening this weekend on the campus. Central Michigan came to the Strauss Center and beat the Falcons in 3 straight sets. That went final a little while ago. And currently going on behind Cochran Soccer Stadium and the press box, Western Michigan and Bowling Green are currently tied at 0 in the second period of hockey. That goal came off of Alexis Miller right over the hands of Izzy Vicari. Izzy Vicari played the full 45 minutes. She had 5 saves but allowed 1 goal. Her counterpart, however, Kathleen Duvey of the Bowling Green Falcons, had no saves and no goals. All the aggressiveness was on the Falcons' side. Couple stats for you. There were 19 total shots taken by the Falcons, with 6 of them being on goal, 2 shots taken in total by the Redhawks. 7 corner kicks by the Falcons, with none being kicked by the Redhawks. But the big one to note is there were 7 fouls by the Redhawks in that first half of play, with 4 by the Falcons. So if you're head coach Courtney Sermons over there on the Redhawks sideline, you have to turn and say, I like the aggressiveness on defense, but we are hurting ourselves between the fouls and free kicks. Going into this half now, it will be left to right. The Redhawks will be on the left side of the field, and the Bowling Green Falcons will be on the right side. Temperature is definitely becoming a factor here in Bowling Green, Ohio. It is 46 degrees. It says on the Weather Channel that it feels like 46, but I can attest it feels a lot colder than that. The Falcons are going to go ahead and start off with the ball. Over there is number 9, Nikki Cox. For the Falcons, Cox sends it back to, that is Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington sends it to Kennedy. Kennedy to the far side. Falcons looking to keep the 6-game win streak going and staying undefeated both at Cochran Stadium and in the MAC Conference. But the Redhawks are looking to spoil that with a win here on the road before they head to Toledo on Sunday. Chelsea Washington sends the ball up the field to Cox. Cox sends it over to her counterpart, Katie Cox. Katie Cox and Nikki Cox sends it up, and it's just going to be an easy save for Izzy Vicari. Looking to send. We sent to the center of that midfield circle where it will be headed out by number 27, Alexis Miller. Jacob is going to go ahead and send it up. Looked to be a little bit of a grab there by Alexis Miller, but no call. Number 12 has the ball, Sarah Allen for the Falcons. It's going to be sent out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons on the left bottom corner near there. Over to throw it in is Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff throws it in the direction of number 9, Nikki Cox. But the Redhawks hold on to it, and it's going to go out of bounds off the shin guard of number 26, Kiara Kerr of the Miami Redhawks. But a whistle will be blown. Free kick for the Redhawks. Taking that kick is number 21, Jordan King. Jordan King sends it directly into the head of the Bowling Green player. That's number 21, Audrey Shea. Chelsea Washington has the ball. She's going to send it back to Kathleen Duvey. Trying to keep their goalkeeper warm, as Duvey has not really had much to worry about, as her defense and that aggressive offense led by Washington has kept her relatively at ease for the evening. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. Over there to take it as Ruber. Ruber sends it over there to the far sideline in the direction of Shea. Shea up to the center to Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox has the ball, sends it to the far sideline for Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff looked to try to send it up to Chelsea Washington, but to no avail. Nikki Cox to Katie Cox. Katie Cox back to Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox right up the center to Chelsea Washington, but saved by the Redhawks. Dieselhoff has the ball. Dieselhoff looking for somebody to send it to. Dieselhoff to Nikki Cox, excuse me. Nikki Cox with a shot, but no good, as Izzy Vakari makes another save. Vakari sends it to the center of the field. Header won by Jacob. Jacob to Katie Cox. Katie Cox back to Jacob, as the Red Hawk defender is essentially sitting on the ball. Now the whistle is blown. Free kick for the Red Hawks, as Katie Cox seemed to push the defender down as she was just hugging that ball. Kick sent off of the body of Ruber and out of bounds for a Red Hawk throw-in. Throw-in won by the Falcons. And now goal kick as it went off the foot of Kennedy Gray. Kennedy Gray, of course, being a defender, playing really far up, as she was the one who took the throw-in, but her presence has been known on defense all night long. Kick sent just simply over by Kennedy in an effort to reset, as the aggressiveness seems to be on the Red Hawks side after being down 1-0. Nikita Jacob slide tackled by number 25, Christina DeMarco, and a whistle's blown, and it's going to be a free kick for the Falcons, as Kathleen Duvey, the goalkeeper, is going to go ahead and take it with a Red Hawk directly in front of her. Duvey's just going to send it to the side for Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy sends it up the far sideline to a wide-open Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff sends it up towards the center, towards Chelsea Washington, but it gets to Nikki Cox, who is pushed down. Chelsea Washington over there now on the far left sideline, as number 6, Emily Sexton, just kicks it out of bounds, feeling Washington directly on her. Dieselhoff for the throw-in. Dieselhoff to Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox to Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington to the center of the field to number 27, Alexis Miller. Alexis Miller across the side to a header, and it's going to go out of bounds, as the contest by the Redhawks is just too much for the Falcons, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Redhawks. Back there to take that goal kick is Izzy Vakari. Vakari sends the ball up and over. Header won by the Redhawks, sent into Bowling Green territory. Over there, Redhawks with Ruber directly in front of them. That's going to go to number 21. That's Audrey Shea. Shot is nothing, as Kathleen Duvey, right in front of the goalpost, just holds on to it. Duvey looking for somebody to throw to. She had 2 pump fakes, and now the ball's just going to be sent over to the left side for Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff to Kennedy. Kennedy to the center of the field for number 27, Alexis Miller. Alexis Miller to the far side. Sent up in the direction of Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox sends it to Chelsea Washington, but the Redhawks are all over it. Kick too strong. Kennedy, with one person to beat, sends it just back to her goalkeeper, Duvey. Ball sent up. Chelsea Washington seemed to wave her hands, almost as if, where are you going with that? Nikki Cox, as balls are flying, hands and bodies are flying everywhere. Chelsea Washington over to the left side. Shot on goal, saved by Izzy Vakari. Chelsea Washington had Nikki Cox open on the left side, as it was Katie Cox who was thrown to the ground in the center of the field. And a great aggressive move by the Falcons. And a good save by Vakari. Sent back to the center for Kennedy. Kennedy's just going to go ahead and send it up for Chelsea Washington for a reset. Chelsea Washington up to Nikki Cox. seemed to be pushed down there, or at least that's how it's perceived, but no whistle. Looked clean. Dieselhoff on the left side. Stumble. That's Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington inside the box. And the Redhawks are just looking to get rid of the ball. Duvey out of the goal, way out of the goal box with a Redhawk directly in front of her. Kennedy. And aggressive by Duvey. As great read there by number 21, Audrey Shea, realizing that her goalkeeper was far out of the box, just decides to kick it out of bounds for a throw-in for the Redhawks. Number 23, Bronwyn Sears, the throw-in. Sears throws it in the direction of Emily Sexton. Emily Sexton back to Sears. Through the legs of Dieselhoff, right to Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy to Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob to Shea. Right back to Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy right into the body of the Redhawk player, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. Back there to take it looks to be Dieselhoff. As she waits for Nikki Cox to trot back over there. Nikki Cox, deception move, shot. No good, nowhere near the goal, and it was right to the defender, Audrey Shea. Audrey Shea to number 12, Sarah Allen. Sarah Allen to Dieselhoff, but right to a Redhawk. Sarah Allen on the contest to number 27. That's Alexis Miller, who has the lone score on the board for the Falcons and the Redhawks. 1-0 the score here with 35 left to play. Zach Smith on the call here at Cochran Soccer Stadium, as the Falcons look to make it 7 straight. Sarah Allen to the far sideline. To Nikita Jacob. Nikita Jacob to the center of the field for number 27, Alexis Miller. Alexis Miller to the far side for Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff to Washington. Washington. Chelsea Washington back to Dieselhoff. Nobody in front of her. Dieselhoff passes to Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox, left foot, and saved by Izzy Vicari. Good passing. Dieselhoff looked like she had a clean open look on the left side of the field, left side of the box, but decides to pass it up, try for the assist instead, and just saved by Vicari. Vicari has had to play a lot of defense tonight. Miller up the side to number 12, Sarah Allen. Sarah Allen and the Redhawk defender. And it's just going to be a throw-in, it looks like. No, free kick for the Redhawks. Sarah Allen directly in front of the kick. Small clump on the right side of the field, as that's where the ball is headed. Header won by the Falcons, and the ball's just going to get sent out of bounds, as they will rule it a BG throw-in off of the leg of what looks to be number 25, Christina DeMarco. Kennedy has the ball. Going from right to left, Kennedy sends it over to number 8. That's Katie Cox, won by the Redhawks. Chelsea Washington to Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox has the ball on the BG side of the field in the center. Shea to Jacob. Jacob to Miller. Miller sends it up. Dieselhoff. But header by number 23, Bronwyn Sears to Dieselhoff. In the direction of Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington sends it across to the other side of the field. Can't see the number from here. Keeps it alive. Sarah Allen had to control it, but couldn't do it. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. But we're going to see a substitution. Coming in for the Falcons is number 10, Ruby Linton. She's going to come in for Katie Cox. And the throw-in from the Falcons. Nikki Cox has the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. It is going to be a corner kick for the Falcons. Over there to take it is Dieselhoff. This is going to be the 8th corner of the night for the Falcons. Dieselhoff in the corner. Clump right in front of the goal. Dieselhoff sends it in. Tipped at the right in front of the bar by Vicari. Looked to go in, but defense saved it. A little bit of a whiff, swing and a miss by number 17, Soph Spinell. And she's going to eventually recover and just send it out of bounds right in front of Chelsea Washington. Another substitution's going to go ahead and occur. Number 25 is going to go ahead and check in. That's Mackenzie Ortman. She's going to check in for Chelsea Washington. Give Chelsea Washington a little bit of a break as she sat for a little under 3 minutes in that first period, giving your senior star a moment just to breathe. To Cox. Nikki Cox takes a shot. Too much curve on it, as that was just a clap of the hands by Nikki Cox out of frustration. She had a good kick, but it just went wide. Another substitution for the Falcons. Number 12, Sarah Allen, is going to go ahead and check out in favor of number 4, Kennedy White. It's going to be a goal kick for Izzy Vicari. And she'll send it just above that midfield circle. That seems to be her sweet spot. Over there on the contest, number 21, Audrey Shea, knocks a Red Hawk down. Nikki Cox sends it up and over, and there's going to be a whistle. Ruby Linton looked to be driving. It's going to be a free kick for the Falcons, and that infamous wall is going to be set right on the line. Kennedy is going to go ahead and take the kick. She has 2 goals in 2 straight games. Kennedy, right off of Linton, rebound, and score from the Falcons. Making that score is number 4, Kennedy White, who just checked in the game. Assist there is definitely going to go to Maureen Kennedy. As I mentioned, she scored the game winner against Central, and then a tying goal against Eastern Michigan. That ball was placed perfectly. Izzy Vicari did all she could just to knock it down, and knocked into the net by Kennedy White. Now the Redhawks will take it. Right to Duvey. Duvey up there to number 2. That is Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff sent to the center to Shea. Or excuse me, that's number 10. That's Ruby Linton. Bounces off. Kennedy White yet again is right there on the contest to Kennedy Gray. Kennedy Gray just has to send it to Izzy Vicari. Sends it header by Nikita Jacob and sent to the left to number 23, Bronwyn Sears of the Redhawks. Sears pushing down, looking for somebody to pass to, and directly into the head of number 20, Mackenzie Ruber. Redhawks had the ball, 2-0 here with 29 minutes left here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. Ruby Linton looked to get a pass on the right side, but nothing there. Nikita Jacobs on the cutoff. A little bit of a shove there by Jacob is going to get called, as she just seemed to stiff-arm Christina DeMarco right to the ground. And she's going to go ahead and take the free kick for the Redhawks, as there is going to be another substitution in just a moment here from the Redhawks. Jacobs on the free kick. Or that's DeMarco, excuse me. But sent right back from the Falcons to DeMarco. DeMarco to number 23. That's Bronwyn Sears. On the contest is Kennedy White. Sears still has the ball, though. Kennedy White still there. Red Hawk ball. Ruby Linton on the contest now. Over there is Ruber. Ruber just kicks it back up towards the left side of the field. Dieselhoff over there right in front of number 17, Soph Spinell. And there to back her up is Kennedy White. Dieselhoff sends it towards the center. That kick just under the leg of number 26, Maureen Kennedy, and it's going to be out of bounds. Goal kick for the Falcons. Trotting in for the Redhawks is number 11, Elle Gill, for number 26, Kiara Kerr. 27:43 left in regulation. Ball's kicked out of bounds. Throw in for the Redhawks. That was number 23 throwing it in, Bronwyn Sears. Ball's with the Falcons. Nikki Cox sends it up to number 10, Ruby Linton. Ruby Linton with her counterpart, number 10, Kennedy Gray, right in front of her. Kennedy Gray has been playing really good defense tonight, so look for somebody to pass to. Linton, right off the shin guard of Ruby Gray. Little ginger on that left foot. Ball sent out of Cochran Soccer Stadium. Throw-in goes right to a Red Hawk. Ball sent to the far side. Kennedy White over there on the contest against number 23, Bronwyn Sears. Bronwyn Sears sends it up to So Spinell. Back to Bronwyn. That ball sent to Fleck to the right side. Number 17, So Spinell. It's going to go out of bounds in favor of the Falcons. Falcon throw-in. Number 2 is going to throw it in. That's Dieselhoff. Trotting in for the Falcons, number 19, Sophia Barnes is going to check in for Mackenzie Ruber. Give Ruber an opportunity to breathe as Dieselhoff throws it in to Nikki Cox. Nikki Cox back to Dieselhoff. Right back to Nikki Cox. Dieselhoff back to Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy to her goalkeeper, Kathleen Duvey. Kathleen Duvey is just going to dribble a little bit and send it forward to Shea on the far side. Shea up in the direction of Ruby Linton. And whistle going to be blown. Free kick for the Redhawks. Waiting for the kick as the wall forms in front of the Bowling Green goal. Kick is sent. Header no good by the Redhawks and just sent out by Shea. Nikki Cox running with Kennedy Gray. Whistle's going to be blown for another free kick for the Redhawks. There to take it is number 21, Jordan King, with Nikki Cox directly in front of her. Sent just short of the goal box. Won by the Falcons. Nikki Cox, the only Falcon up there. A little bit of a push. Nikki Cox, though, keeps playing. Nikki Cox has the ball, sends it to the far side. Gray trying to contest. The Falcons still pushing, though, over there on the far side. That is Sophia Barnes. Ball's going to go out of bounds. BG throw-in, and we're going to see yet another substitution. Coming in for the Falcons is number 23, Lindsay Spots, who had a little bit of a scare earlier, but she's back in and playing. She's coming in for number 9, Nikki Cox, who has been really aggressive on offense, so give her a little bit of a breather. As I mentioned, Spots took a ball off of a corner kick directly to the face, had to come out for a little bit, but she obviously seems good now. Pushing and shoving on the far side, kick towards the center in the direction of Kennedy White. Kennedy White contests it, though, and that's going to go off a shin guard, but stay in bounds. Gray trying just to get that out of bounds, but Nikita Jacobs sends it to White. White doesn't get there, but it's to Dieselhoff. Kick by number 25, Mackenzie Ortman. Just goes above the goal, almost to a field goal distance, but it is going to obviously be no good, and a goal kick for the Miami Redhawks. More substitutions. Chelsea Washington is going to go ahead and check back in. Looks to be in favor of Nikita Jacob. And for the Miami Redhawks, number 24, number 24, Abby Casimir is going to go ahead and check in for Christina DeMarco. Kennedy White almost had the header, but it went right over her head. Izzy Vicari has the ball, kicks it up and into the center to reset. On the far side is number 24. That's Abby Casimir. Casimir on the far side, a little bit of shoving. And that's a shot, but it's going to go just over the goal, over the crossbar. Good effort there by the Red Hawks, just not in the right place. Back there to take the goal kick is number 33, the goalkeeper, Kathleen Duvey. Kathleen Duvey having a great season so far. Ball sent to the Falcons. Chelsea Washington comes right back in, is already back to work. Chelsea Washington was looking for Sophia Barnes on the far side. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons with just under 22 minutes left to play here in regulation at Cochran Soccer Stadium. Throw-in in the direction of Chelsea Washington, but it's going to be sent to Mackenzie Ortman. Ortman back to her defender, up to the side to Dieselhoff, but a little too far for Dieselhoff as she cannot get there. Bronwyn Sears right there on defense. Back to the Falcons defense. This Falcons defense has been great all day, not allowing anything even remotely near Duvey, except on maybe 2 or 3 occasions. Dieselhoff on the left side takes a shot herself, and it looked to be right there, but directly into the hands of Izzy Vicari, almost as if she was taking just a straight throw to Vicari. It's going to be out of bounds. Falcon throw in. Dieselhoff to throw in. Dieselhoff throws in the direction of a Falcon player. That's number 23 in the area. Lindsay Spots sent across the field. Chelsea Washington on the contest. Kennedy White now on the far side with Bronwyn Sears. Almost takes away from her, but Bronwyn Sears just keeps the ball for the Red Hawks. Sears sends it up the left side, won by the Falcons. Number 19, Sophia Barnes, just sends it right back to the Red Hawk side of the field to Izzy Vicari. Shanks off the inside of her foot to her defender. Sends right over to Kennedy, heads it into the center in the direction of number 27, Alexis Miller. Alexis Miller already has a goal on the day as well. 23, Lindsay Spots has the ball. Spots to Washington. Washington into an area with nobody there, and nobody went over there to try to even get that ball. And the ball's going to go out of bounds off of a Falcon player, and it's going to be a Red Hawk ball. Red Hawk throw in. And lots of pushing and shoving. And the whistle's going to be blown, so free kick for the Falcons. Chelsea Washington just thrown to the ground there by Emily Sexton of the Red Hawks with 19:10 left to play in the second half. Back there to take it is Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy has an assist on a goal off of a perfectly placed penalty kick directly in front of the goal. Ball sent off of the head of number 23 for the Falcons. That's Lindsay Spots. Kennedy White was right there, but Izzy Vicari just takes the ball and gets rid of it. As that is the philosophy in soccer, you do not want the ball anywhere near the box, and great vision there by Vicari just to get it out. Ball sent back to Duvey. Duvey sent to the far side in the direction of Audrey Shea. Audrey Shea back to Miller. Miller back to Shea. Shea back to Duvey. Duvey back to Shea. A lot of dribbling around here. No Red Hawk seems to really be pushing to try to get this ball back. except for number 11, L. Gill. L. Gill on the pressure there finally gets to Doovie. Doovie just kicks it up in the direction of number 10, Ruby Linton. Ball stays in and sent towards the midfield stripe. Chelsea Washington has the ball. Chelsea Washington moving up the field. She's got Kennedy White up there on the left with her. Chelsea Washington, nobody can stop her right now. Chelsea Washington kicks it, and it's going to be off the foot of number 27, Riley Balconi. Nobody could stop Chelsea Washington as the ball is going to go off the shin guard of Balconi out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick, Falcons. Checking into the game is number 28, Hannah Dolphus. Did not see who checked out, but it's going to be Dieselhoff over there taking the kick. On the far left corner kick, Dieselhoff sends it into the center, right over the head of Kennedy White. There's a player down on the ground for the Falcons. That looked to be Maureen Kennedy. Maureen Kennedy wanted the call for being pushed over, but the ref would not give it to her. So Izzy Vakari will take the goal kick with 16:44 left in this game. Vakari sends it up to the center. Number 27, Riley Balconi, is in the area. But Kennedy Gray is back there trying to get the ball away from Kennedy White. Kennedy White just continues to be too much. Balconi is over there against White, and the ball's going to get sent out of bounds for a throw-in for the Falcons. White over there on the ball. Ball sent, and it's going to go off of another shin guard of Miami. Corner kick, Bowling Green. Dieselhoff over there is going to take the kick, as we're going to await a substitution, as a Red Hawk and a Falcon are looking to come into this game. Dieselhoff sends it towards the center. Kennedy White, little bit too much. Chelsea Washington didn't get anything on it. Red Hawks last touched it, and it's going to be yet another corner kick, Falcons. Maureen Kennedy is going to take that in the left corner, closest to the press box. Kennedy sends it. Not enough air underneath it, directly to the foot of number 27, Riley Balconi, and the third consecutive corner kick, Falcons, with 15 minutes left in the game. Pending 2 goals by Miami, but with this Falcons defense, doesn't look likely. Kennedy back there to take it yet again. The ball is directly in front of the triangle. Kennedy sends it, and little too much, whistle blows, and it's going to be Red Hawk ball in the direction of Chelsea Washington. Just can't do it. Izzy Vakari is going to go ahead and send it, but the header is won by the Falcons and Alexis Miller. Sends up to Ortman. Ortman to Washington. Washington back to Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff sends it up into the direction of Chelsea Washington with a Red Hawk all over Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington has the ball, and it's going to go off the foot of number 23, Bronwyn Sears. That's going to go to Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff to the center of the field. Nobody can get there. Dieselhoff's got the ball yet again. Chelsea Washington sends it towards the center over the head of number 23. That's Lindsay Spots. Can't get it. Dieselhoff sends it back to Washington. Washington, deception move. Washington to White. White to a Falcon. Goal! Falcons! Pass from Washington to Kennedy White. Kennedy White right back to her wide open teammate just in front of the box. And Alexis Miller scores her second goal of the game. Great goal there by the Falcons. 2 new substitutions coming in for the Miami Redhawks. Number 26, Kiara Kerr is going to check in for Olivia Winnett. And for your Falcons, number 12, Sarah Allen's going to check in for number 4, Kennedy White. 13:46 left in the game here. 3-0 Falcons at Cochran Soccer Stadium. Zach Smith here on the call for you in Bowling Green, Ohio. Kennedy White's going to get the assist on that goal, as well as Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington has been everywhere on this offense as the Falcons look to take advantage yet again. Sarah Allen on the left side. Sarah Allen looking for somebody to pass to. Sarah Allen in the box with 2 Redhawks directly on her, deflected off of the Redhawk defender right to Deiselhoff. Deiselhoff on the left side, sent up, and it's going to be saved by Izzy Vicari on the left goalpost. Ball's going to get sent over the midfield stripe to Shea. Shea is going to send it up in the direction of Chelsea Washington. And number 23, Lindsay Spots, but it's going to be sent to the Redhawks. Number 17 for the Redhawks, that's So Spinell, was driving down the right side of the field directly towards Kathleen Duvey and that Bowling Green goal, which has been very, very quiet today as this defense has been stellar for the Falcons. Ball is going to get kicked behind the goal. Substitution is going to go ahead and occur for the Falcons. Coming in, Nikita Jacob. Chelsea Washington's going to go ahead and trot off, as well as Yasmin Deiselhoff. And Nikki Cox is also going to check in. Excuse me, that's Katie Cox, not Nikki Cox. As the goal kick is going to be sent through by Duvey. And the ball sent to midfield. And it's going to go off the foot of number 23, Bronwyn Sears, as all the aggressiveness that was with the Redhawks to start this second half seems to have just left the team, as the Falcons have scored 3 unanswered goals on the Miami Redhawks here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. Number 25, Mackenzie Ortman, passes it to number 27, Alexis Miller. Up to the side, Nikita Jacobs sprinting down the field, and it's just going to go ahead and roll out of bounds for a goal kick for Miami. Substitution for your Falcons, number 4, Kennedy White's going to trot back in for number 27, Alexis Miller. Excuse me, that's number 24, Lena Kovar coming in, not number 4, Kennedy White. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a free kick for the Redhawks. Redhawks do it quickly. Up to Bronwyn Sears. Up to the right, number 11, El Gill. El Gill looking for a pass. El Gill sends it towards the center, right to a Falcon defender. Sends it right back up, looking to keep that shutout intact. Nikita Jacob on the contest over there against the Redhawks. Number 24, Lena Kovar, just sends it straight forward right to Izzy Vicari in the goal. And again, back to Vicari, who's just dribbling with it in the goal with no Falcon putting immediate contest on her. Ball sent to the Falcons to number 25, Mackenzie Ortman. Katie Cox on the contest, but won by the Redhawks. Redhawks sprinting down the field, looking to put something on the board. Nikita Jacob over there on the ball, running fast with Abby Casimir. Body's tumbling, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. Throw in for the Redhawks. Taking it is going to be Kennedy Gray, number 10 for the Redhawks. As mentioned, after this game, the Miami Redhawks are going to go ahead and travel up the road on I-75 to Toledo to take on the Rockets at 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 20th. Goal kick for the Falcons. Duvey looking for somebody. Sends it to the side for Maureen Kennedy. Said her name quite a bit as well, as she has been playing well. Duvey sends it up as there was a Red Hawk directly in the area. Bronwyn Sears deflects off a Falcon player and out of bounds for Duvey just to take the goal kick. Following this game, the Bowling Green Falcons will be taking on the Ball State Cardinals here at Cochran Stadium for the final regular season game of the year here in Bowling Green. Ball State is second in the Mid-American Conference right now at 15 points going into tonight, so that will be a huge game between the first and second place teams in the Mid-American Conference. Sent up by number 25, Mackenzie Ortman bounces right off the head of head official Michael Alley. Back to the Falcons. Falcons push yet again. Little bit of a penalty call there. Falcons ball with 7:52 left and counting. Update from men's hockey. The Falcons are on the board. Frederick Letourneau got his first goal off of a power play with the assist by Max Johnson and TJ Lloyd. 1-0 Falcons over the Western Michigan Broncos. With that game going on behind us here at Cochran Soccer Stadium, and they are in the second period. Maureen Kennedy on the contest over there. It's going to go out of bounds. And we're going to get some more substitutions. Coming out is going to be Maureen Kennedy and number 12, Sarah Allen. Talia Brown is going to check in, as well as Nikita Jacob. With just under 7 minutes left here. As in terms of some other Falcon news, the Bowling Green Falcons football team will be taking on the Central Michigan Chippewas tomorrow at Dwight Perry Stadium here in Bowling Green. That game kicks off at 2 p.m. Bowling Green, of course, coming off a huge win off of Toledo, winning the Battle of I-75, snapping a 9-year drought by a score of 20-7. So big game for the Falcons, who look to stay up in conference play in the MAC for football. Ball goes out of bounds. Red Hawk throw-in. Number 23, Bronwyn Sears, sends it in to number 25 for the Red Hawks, Christina DeMarco. Red Hawks looking just to put something on the board here with 5:50 left in the game. They have a total of 0 shots on goal tonight, with 3 shots in total taken. Ball back to Duvey. Duvey sends it to the right side. Right up the field, sent by Nikita Jacob. Jacob up the left side and sent out of bounds by Izzy Vicari. Falcon volleyball will return to action tomorrow, October 19th at 5 p.m. as the Eastern Michigan Eagles look to invade the Falcons' nest at the Stroh Center. As the Falcons lost today in 3 straight sets to Central Michigan. The Falcons are still looking good in the conference, though. They are sitting at 4-3 in the conference and 4-2 at home on the year. So big game for the Falcons tomorrow for volleyball. Header won by the Falcons, sent up by number 23. That's Lindsay Spots. Lindsay Spots to Nikita Jacob. Flag up, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. Nikita Jacob. No, excuse me. That's number 16. That's Talia Brown. Header by number 25. Mackenzie Ortman just runs directly into the Red Hawk that was waiting for her. As the Falcons look to just milk the clock with 4 minutes left. Talia Brown back to Nikita Jacob, it looks like. Up to the left side to Shea. Audrey Shea passes forward. Ball sent up in the direction of number 15, Rachel Muller. Number 19, Sophia Barnes has the ball. Sophia Barnes going up the left side. Sophia Barnes, one person to beat directly between the legs of number 22. Reagan Fleck kicked directly back by Izzy Vicari. And now the Redhawks are pushing down. Number 11, Elle Gill is pushing down, but directly to the Falcons, Lena Kovar, who sends it forward. This Falcons defense has been lights out all game, as indicated by the score. But really, essentially letting Kathleen Duvey take a day off while still playing. 3 minutes left here at Cochran Soccer Stadium. Falcons up 3-0 over the Miami Redhawks. A little bit of a blatant push there by the Redhawks. Katie Cox shoved to the ground. And we are now, as in many professional sports, quote, garbage time. Sent out of bounds by number 24. That's Lena Kovar sending it out of bounds. Throw in by the Redhawks to the far side. Up to the right side, and now the Falcons are pushing down the field yet again, keeping all the pressure on this Redhawks defense. Number 28, Hannah Dolphus, has the ball, sends it over to number 25, Mackenzie Ortman. Ortman looking. Ortman's got two defenders on her, but Ortman still is pushing down. Ball's kicked out of bounds. It's going to be a Redhawk throw-in, which it is, and the Redhawks are showing no aggressiveness. That kick almost above the head of Izzy Vicari, but great hands by Vicari to keep that ball in front of her. And for the Falcons hockey team, they will be taking on Western Michigan at Western Michigan tomorrow in Kalamazoo, Michigan. That game, puck drop is at 7 o'clock. Ryan Vallon will be on the call for BGRSO. You can listen to that on the TuneIn Radio app. And another whistle blown with 1:13 and counting left in the game. Throw in is going to be the call. Or a free kick, taken there by number 21, Jordan King. 1 minute remaining. Kick by King. King sent into the center. Header won by the Falcons to number 23, Lindsay Spots. Lindsay Spots is looking just to keep the ball away from her goal box and keep that shutout intact. Whistle blows. Foul on the play. And the clock is going to stop with 40 seconds left for a free kick for the Redhawks. Back there to take it yet again is Jordan King. Two Falcons directly in front of her, clumped to the left, or to the right of the goal, Duvey looking to protect the far side of the goal. The kick from King. King looking, head is won by the Falcons. 30 seconds left in the game. Ball's going to go out of bounds in favor of the Falcons. Falcon throw-in. And the throw-in is going to be by, looks to be, I didn't see the number. And the kick just right up to midfield with 9 seconds. Over there to hold the ball for the last 3 seconds is Mackenzie Ortman, as she'll just kick it up and forward. Game, set, match for the Falcons, as the Falcons take down the visiting Miami Redhawks by a score of 3-0. Some final scores on the night for you for this Falcons team. The Falcons had 2 total goals tonight out of Alexis Miller. Alexis Miller also had an assist on the night. The final stats, 14 total shots on goal by the Falcons with none from the Miami Redhawks. 33 total shots 33 in total shots by the Bowling Green Falcons, 3 from the Redhawks. 12 corners for the Falcons And the Falcons ended up winning the fouls. They had 14 fouls, 11 for the Redhawks. The Redhawks, again, will be taking on Toledo on Sunday in Toledo, and the Falcons will be taking on the Ball State Cardinals on Sunday here at Cochran Soccer Stadium to finish off the season. Before I sign off, a couple quick thank yous. Thank you to Donovan Mann, Executive Director of BGRSO, for giving us the opportunity to broadcast more games than any school in the country. Also, thank you to the WBGU staff for helping me out with audio and for helping me get my voice heard throughout all of TV land. And thank you to all the stats and analysts here in the press box for helping me out with the substitutions as well as keeping this live stat updated constantly. I'm Zach Smith, and with a final score here at Cochran Stadium, Bowling Green 3, Miami nothing to keep the win streak alive. We'll see you on Sunday. Roll along, Falcons.